Hey everyone, Nightlight9 here, and in this video we're going to go over Yuffie EX2. Let's get right into the team setup. We're using Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, trying to make this guide as new player friendly as possible, because I don't think that any veteran player will have much problem with the EX2, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Cloud is our main damage dealer. We are using his banner weapon just to do the fire damage here, and because I assume even new players will be summoning on this banner. Other than that, we are using Buster Sword because you can get the parts to OB this weapon from the exchange shop. Sub weapons, these are both free, and mostly the important one here is Left Go Kipseli for attack and mostly physical defense. You will want to have pretty high physical defense and HP if you're not able to, DPS her down really quickly if you have to make it a longer fight. For sigils here, we just have every kind. We have X, we have triangle, we have circle, and because the event weapon does add to the X, we put the X down here at the bottom, so we know that he'll be doing more of those breaking if that's a thing. For Aerith, we just have her set up for heals and fire breach, and because I know that Cloud can break X sigil better than anybody else, Aerith and Tifa will not be bringing X sigil break. They will both be bringing circle and triangle to kind of make up for that or compensate for our lack of, having somebody who can do extra sigils on those. The fire breach is just to get in some more damage. For sub equipment, I went all HP and physical defense, and that is what all of these are supposed to be doing. And that's how I got her to 152 physical defense, which I think is quite respectable, 6.4k HP. And then last, coming over to Tifa, she has 160 physical defense and 6.2k HP. She's the only one that I'm really not as free to play with, but it's still not that bad. Omni Strike is the most important thing here with leather gloves. The physical defense boost, definitely good on these, but physical attack decrease. This will win you the battle if you're not super strong otherwise. This alone is good enough to win this. We're using Motor Drive here, and that's just for some extra damage to her physical attack. We've got Fire Blow, the Sigil Breaks, which I explained, and then all free weapons here, and mostly just for some stats, physical defense, and HP. So without further ado, we will go ahead and get into the battle. And, just note that she does all physical type attacks. Physical attacks seem to work well against her. And she does have this mechanic called Shroud, which makes it to where whenever her Sigil Break comes up, for the, first 60 to 70% of it, you will not know what sigil she's weak to. That's kind of like the gimmick that she has. Other than that, really not anything to worry too much about. Alright, she does her first AoE ability, Landscaper. Really not too worried about that. She heals herself up and gives herself a buff, so we will immediately start Omni Striking her down in order to negate the big physical damage that she'll try to come out with. And I did notice that when I played this on auto, it seemed like Tifa didn't want to Omni Strike quite as much as I wanted her to, so I'm going to be kind of maining Tifa for the majority of this battle, or hopping back and forth between her and Aerith just to make sure that I'm getting those in, because I am working with a team that, is about 21,000 combat power below the recommended guidelines. So, I just want to make sure that I'm not going to die, because if you have to make any, fight prolonged, then the one thing you want to make sure is that you're able to, just keep everybody alive. So that's what we'll be doing. And I want to say that after you hit the correct sigil, it might actually show you that you've hit the correct sigil and take off the shroud. So earlier when I said like 60 to 70%, I think that's just because maybe it took me longer in the last runs that I've done against her to find, quote unquote, the right sigil. So just something to kind of be aware of. We'll go ahead and do the combo here. Somersault works because she can be debuffed on like everything just about, which is one of the things that makes this fight, I think, doable no matter what your power level is, as long as you have a way to kind of get those debuffs in. because she will continue to buff her attack. And if you notice that, like, she'll get it up, like, it'll keep going. It'll go all the way up to like 5 arrows. And that's mostly what we're trying to avoid here. So that, because this move right here, it's gonna hit pretty hard. And I would like to get an Omni Strike in before it. Not quite fast enough there, where the ATB wasn't there. But this move is gonna hit pretty hard, and you'll see this. I mean, Cloud was at full HP at 6,600, and now he's at 2,400. So that's like a 4,000 HP hit. And that's with her having no physical attack buff left. Here, we're going to just try to start working in some damage. And I can tell you, if you have just a little bit more attack, a little bit more, you know, fire potency, etc., this fight really doesn't take more than about 1 to 2, like probably 1.5 to 2 minutes. But obviously, you know, we're trying to kind of grind her down just to mostly show that it's possible, and for anybody who, you know, is potentially struggling for this fight. And there you go. That is the entire fight. Let me know if you struggled with this, if you needed any more tips, or, you know, if it went pretty easy for you. I don't think this is that hard, and I think that they've kind of made it more new player friendly. As you can see, recommends 180,000. We just did it with 159,000. Subscribe for future content. I appreciate all of your support, and as always, thanks for watching.